Hola, welcome. It's kind of funny. I was sitting there as the music was going, our screen was going. I looked down at all of your screens, and all of you weren't moving. And I'm like, crap, have I got bad at internet again? And then I scrolled down one more click, and Jeff is down there munching away at his dinner. And I'm like, okay, we're still moving. I'm good.
It was pecan pie. That's all I can say.
Pecan pie.
It was what kind of pie?
Pecan
pie. Say it the way I say it, and you, pecan pie.
Pecan pie. Way to go, buddy. You say it correctly. Thank you very much.
Waiter, I would like to partake in a piece of your pecan pie.
You must be from South Canada.
Pie.
Welcome, everybody, to Messy Monday. It's been a minute since we've done this. Is it 2 weeks we were off again?
Is it 2 weeks in a row we were off? No. Was it?
I think so.
It may have been. Yeah, it's been a minute. So we apologize for that. Life sometimes gets lifey. And for us, and we're old and we work and things get busy. So how's everybody doing this evening? Everybody good?
Well, I was feeling good till you said we were old and all that stuff, but yeah.
Okay, it's in the title of the show. You can't fault me for that, right?
I know, but it doesn't mean you have to call it out.
Oh, dude, I'll call out. So, I was going last week because I was in my hometown tending to my dad. My dad's health is doing actually really good, but he is now on dialysis at home, and he is actually doing as good as anyone can on that. And so he just puts the juice in at night, doesn't have to stay hooked to a machine, and then it pulls it out in the morning, and he's good. So I did my shift last week. My other brother's in town that lives there, and my brother from Florida came to take care of him today. So things for my dad's really good. So I'm excited for that. But so I was in Warrenton sweltering at my dad's house because it's like 80 in there because he is 90 years old. He's lost a ton of weight and anemic. So it was, you know, when you see the hood of a car and it has that heat, you can see the heat coming off of it. You open the door and you can just see it coming out the door. So yeah.
Did you lose any weight while you were there?
No, because I had the opportunity to eat at the little restaurant in my hometown. So a really good breakfast, really good lunch every day. Now it counted. I just,
you were balancing it out. I get it.
I was. Yeah, that's right.
Balancing it out.
Hope everybody's okay. Did anybody, as we get started, did anybody do Amazon Prime? Did anybody get any deals? Because all the retailers were 30% offing, doing everything like that. Does anybody get any stuff?
Nine.
I got one of the advent calendars for City.
Oh, that's one I want to get. That I still need to get.
And the Ahsoka, the battle, or the set with Grand Moff Tarkin in it.
The little battle. Yeah, I think I got that earlier this year at some clearance.
It hit like 40% off for us, so I was like, okay, I'll grab that.
Oh, that's cool.
So
no, but that advent calendar for City, I need to get at least one or two of those because it's got a whole bunch of stuff. What's that model? That's got some good space stuff in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. It's got some Christmassy torsos in it, I think.
Oh yeah.
Torso and the Christmas tree guy.
Yeah. Oh, look at Steve.
Can I just say sometimes I'm more entertained that Steve's not here because I get to see that picture of him. So I mean, I don't know if you ever played Mario without Mario's mustache on, but that's what it would look like right there. So I love it. Yeah, man, it's good to see you, buddy.
Very accurate description.
Yeah. So I got these for like $4.50. They were marked down, and these are good park packs.
They are.
And Target also did their deals, and with some extra bonus, I actually paid $25 for the animated series Batmobile this weekend. So that's my score for.
I did for a half a second almost grab the space station because it was marked down. I in hindsight, I kind of wish I maybe had grabbed another copy of that, but
you said hindsight, and Jeff was walking away. I'm sorry, my brain went. Oh, that's funny.
I said duty the other day on my stream, so
you said duty.
Duty.
I did pick this one up a few days before Amazon because it had gone down on price as well.
Fantastic.
I think it was like 30% off, so it was almost reasonable.
Almost reasonable.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, so that was what I'm going to say. It almost sometimes seems to me that these big retailer sales knocking it 20 to 30% off basically takes it to the price. I would think about buying it because that's new, right? That feels like, retailers now have the Toys R Us price, and we're waiting on it to go back to the normal old school Walmart price on everything. So
I did notice that Target has been having the gumball machine. So I'm hoping for at least a sale or some sort of Lego sale at some point in time to grab that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
On a
That'd be
discount.
awesome.
Fingers crossed. Who knows? We are getting close. We're on the cusp of GWP and all sorts of sales, coming in next month. So
double VIP points start tomorrow too. So
look at Ryan's in the house.
Hello. So did you guys see the sneak peek of the aquarium set that's coming out?
Oh, the ridiculously overpriced aquarium set? Yes.
Very ridiculously priced over there.
Yeah.
But there's also rumor of a small aquarium that looks like one of those foamy squirt things that you got the rings to put on the dolphin's nose or whatever.
I had the basketball one.
They were so awesome. Yeah, that's what entertained us. Hello. Back in the day. But that aquarium doesn't make any sense. If you're gonna make something that big, it's what, 12-13 cents per part?
It's everything's getting more expensive no matter how you slice it. So
I get it.
It dawned on me that they yanked all the standard parts off of Pick-a-Brick for US, and that has really kind of
and Canada for no reason whatsoever.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And when the helmets, the dark blue helmet and tanks came out, and we can't get it. So
nope,
not yet. No,
not yet.
When I was in Billings, to drop a place out of random. When I was at Scarabek, let's even make it worse. The Lego, the team for Bricks and Pieces was there, and I talked to one of the guys there, and I had my Canada A, thank you, Mark shirt on.
Nice.
And I pointed at the Canadian flag, and I just gave a sad face, and he's like, "Yeah, I know." But he did say they are working on a solution, which will be to calculate the tariffs or whatever for you guys. And once that's set up, and he said probably a month, but he wasn't sure. Once that's set up, the system will come back for all of us. So
in other words, our bricks are going up 50%.
Well, you'll have another service fee attached to your orders, basically.
Crazy.
But what can you do, right?
Right. Well, good news, which is not a quick solution, is that it looks like they've laid all the girders. They start on the factory in Virginia and everything like that. So maybe they'll port a bunch of that kind of stuff here.
Yeah, but that's not going to be till 2027.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, that's kind of like and I know we don't want to go down this path. We don't have to. We don't want to. But before we started, I talked about that I ordered something from Japan. Had got it for free shipping, and it was a pretty decent price. And then by the time I got it, I got an email from DHL or text message from DHL telling me, "Hey, you now owe 50% on top of what you've already paid because you're being charged for a tariff." Yeah, this is going to hurt.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's only hurting us, so it's just dumb.
But hey, it's good for everybody, right? Because injection plastic molding is going to make us swing back to the United States. We're going to be fine.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Anyway, well, since you went ahead and broached the subject, Jeff, give us the Reader's Digest. I mean, talk about all you want. We're excited that you went on probably a bucket list trip, right? I mean, this was. Tell us about your trip to the motherland.
Ignore him because he came from.
You can't ignore him.
He actually came from Italy, which I didn't go to, but when at Scareback, they had vendors there, and there was 2 of those sitting there.
Is he an illegal import?
They cost a pretty penny, but I had to get one.
Yeah.
So and I think this was only available to kids in Lego stores, for the Z-Blob guy.
There was also in another retail store in Germany, I think.
Okay.
They also, because I got mine through Daniel from ABC, who had gone over to Billund in Germany and whatnot for a trip, and he brought back like 5 of them that he'd gotten for cost.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that cost me like $50.
Yeah, that's right.
So not cost.
Yeah,
at all. But anyway, sorry, just before I do start talking about Denmark, this I grabbed this in the store like yesterday, and it hit the news today that it's a new set, which is the Braille bricks.
Yeah.
It's only 10 bricks. Really, it's only 8 lettered bricks, and Lego ABCD 1 2 3 4.
Yep.
But I thought it was kind of cute. I wanted to get it just to see what it was and see if I could spell any bad words in Braille, but not so much.
Well, from what I understand, everything says "fu" from my other friend, who every time I would give him Lego bricks to read.
Okay. So, but yeah, my trip was Germany and Denmark. Germany to go to the Lego factory store in Legoland, Germany, because I'll never go there. Well, I'll probably never get there again. And then up into Denmark for Legoland. And Scarabäck happened to be on the same weekends, so that worked out. And the Lego House Legoland as well. So yeah, there you go. Short. No, I'm just joking.
So what parts of did you get to do the basement, the insider tour, things like that? Or
no, we didn't pay for any of that stuff, or we weren't even there on the Lego Fan Media Days. We were there the day after. So I caught some of the people that were kind of hanging around afterwards. I got to see Michelle Crafty Life was there. Cool. A bunch of Canadians that were there in town as well, and Boone and I can't think of his name now. The Canadian from Nick's season who was him and his sister. I can't think of his name right now.
Lettuce.
Lettuce Bricks, but I can't think of his first name. Anyways, I met him for the first time, so I walked up to him and said, "You don't know me from Canada. I know all these people." And basically, the entire rest of the time we were there in the Lego house, if he saw us, he'd come up and start chatting with us and stuff. So he was a good guy. Cool. Yeah, we saw Boone at Scarabäck. We also have a fellow Lug member who is now an employee as well. So I touched base and saw them as well. Julie Vandermeer, anyways, who's working on the DC stuff, I think she said. So she built some pretty cool ship-based mocks and stuff as well. So, but yeah, so Legoland Germany basically went for the factory store, spent a couple €100 there. I ended up buying a bunch of like the flower parts and stuff that was, something that would be really expensive to get from Bricks and Pieces. I'm hold on, I have to cough. Sorry.
Cough button.
I also got this wonderful cold. Anyways, I regret that I didn't grab tiles. They had a whole bunch of the triangular 45-degree tiles, and I should have got a bunch more of those because I got none. But there was a lot of parts that after the fact it's like, oh, I should have got those. But I can understand how German bricklinkers survive because they just go there and they buy stuff. Like I bought, I think it was like 250-ish euro worth of stuff. Worked out to about 300-400 Canadian, closer to 400, and I could sell it for 1,300.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well now I know how these bricklinkers do it because they just go, they live close by, they go like once a week or every day, buy some stock, right, and go home, like buy 100 grams because most of the stuff is limited to 100 grams. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you get like a bag full of flowers, that's like, like a medium-sized Ziploc bag. This type of size bag that's half full of flowers is pretty decent. But yeah, then we headed up to Germany. From Germany, went to Denmark. So we drove. Basically, we had a car rental in Germany. We drove up to Hamburg, and then we jumped on a train to Copenhagen. So we technically went past Legoland. We didn't because it's not actually on the train line, but we spent like 3 days in Copenhagen and then drove over to Billund and spent 3 days there as well. So with another rental car. So, and then yeah, like I said, on the way back we stopped to Scarebeck for the Sunday and such. So, I don't know. I could go on for literally on our chats on Wednesday nights. I've already had 2 chats where we talked about the trip, and I still haven't actually hit Billund in that chat, like going over what we saw and stuff. So yeah.
So what was, just give us a, since we've all been to shows the same size and everything. What was Scarebeck like? Because I hear people say it's cool, but it's smaller.
It's basically, I would say I don't want to say a hockey rink size. It's like two basketball court type pads side by side with a hallway between them. So it's not massive. It's maybe, I would guess maybe 10 to 15,000 square feet. And I was going there, and I have to admit, I was going there expecting to see absolutely stunning mocks, like everything I was expecting to be amazing, because it's related to the Lego company it's their show type thing. And it was very similar to a lot of our conventions where you see amazing stuff, but then you also see just, the stuff that looks really cool, but isn't, up to par as some of the other stuff. I hate saying it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of it was also just vendors and stuff too. Like, not a lot of it. They had probably 6 or 7 vendors in the 2 rooms. So there was a lot of looking for stuff that we probably couldn't find easily here in North America, which honestly I didn't find a lot. I was looking for Fabuland type figures in that, and because I was there on the Sunday, I'm pretty sure all those guys would have been cleared out by the non-Europeans that were there.
Right.
So, but like I said, I did get Z-Blob, so that was fun. And yeah, he's gonna hide in my pumpkin all month. So
nice.
But yeah, I mean, it's a decent show.
Good. All right. So, but tune in to Jeff's show on Wednesdays at 8. Isn't that right?
Yep.
8 or no, it's
9.
9.
Sorry, I wasn't saying no in German. It's 9 o'clock. Just clarifying.
All right.
So, and I did get the classic House of the Brick 6 bricks, and we ate the meal. So we got the little menu thingy. So it's all fun.
You actually eat the meal and do the thing and get your food.
You build what you want to build, or you build your meal with the 4 different colored pieces. You choose one of each, and if you're a kid, you use the little yellow, where'd it go? The little yellow that guy, and that's the free gift. Or so you get like three food items in one, and like basically a minifig. Which I ended up doing, but I gave the minifig to the guy that we had met up with from Germany, Kai, who's a regular on the Canadian Brick Builders chat. And his daughter really wanted the chef, and so I was like, you know what, I don't need a minifigure that's you can pretty much build out of any parts or out of regular parts. So I gave that to him, but
not an exclusive then.
Yeah. There was one benefit to us going the day after Fan Media Days as well. The Lego store within the Lego house, they had extra bulk out. They had extra minifigure parts out. So they had literally one of those huge black K8 sized boxes of castle torsos.
Wow.
And it was basically like and you could buy as much as you wanted, obviously, like a Build-A-Fig type thing. So I ended up buying. We had in the Legoland parks, you could also build figs. So I'd also already gotten a couple of castle figs as well. But it was nice. And in the Lego house, it was like, yeah, you can have 15 of whatever you want. You don't have to build the fig. So yeah, I stocked up on some torsos and stuff there. So
somewhere Captain Xavier just didn't care. He's going to buy them all.
Yeah, and I mean they had nothing new. Like it was all the stuff that's currently available from Bricks and Pieces if you are not in the US or Canada, and stuff. They hadn't added any new stock to it. I was hoping, even the Lego Factory store. I think the only cool part I found at Lego Factory store was the Pentagon Nexonite shield, or the tile, in trans clear. So I got a bunch of those because I thought, hey, those could be interesting windows.
Yeah. That would
window
be
type
cool.
pieces. So, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get that through Bricks and Pieces. I just hadn't seen it before.
Yeah, didn't I see the list on New Elementary of the stuff that's leaving, and a lot of the castle and what remains of space?
Yeah, yeah.
About to
So
leave.
hopefully we get access to the system beforehand, because I know there's one shield I still want to grab 5 or 6 more of. I managed to find one, so they did have them at the Lego store, at the Lego house store, but I got the last one. I couldn't find any others. But also, if you are in the system, if they do bring the system back, and you go to the store, or in the Bricks and Pieces store, in the search window, type in 2025 exit. Sorry, 2025 exit, all one word, and that'll give you all the pieces that are kicking out at the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah, I read that on the Discord server like yesterday. So
Wow, that's actually a pretty handy feature.
yeah, so all one word, lowercase exit.
Which means that you're not going to get it because somebody's already going to clear out that part that you wanted. So that's
Yeah, but I mean, there should be. I'm just going in right now just to see if it works. There are standard pieces that are coming up, or bestsellers that are coming up that are exit parts. So there's how many here?
Which is strange.
218.
You would think bestseller parts are parts that
should never go out of life.
Right. That you would expect them to be around all the time.
Yeah.
But again, that also falls under the category of that there are so many parts that I'm like, why does this part not exist in more colors?
Yeah.
Right. I think.
Yeah, and that's what's been killing me lately, is that you can't buy like there's parts you just can't buy in like you can buy the gray and the black and the white, but you can't buy the other colors.
Right.
Right. And it's like, but orange space helmet is in that exit list, as well as white and blue air tanks, for the record.
Yep.
So.
And both of the baby heads or baby space heads are
something like that. Yeah. So.
Well, let's switch over to Matt really quick. I know Matt is with us. He is also going to be hosting a hat show that starts every Monday at 9. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So we'll kick off in about half an hour, and I've been being more active in the custom hat community, and there was a show that was on every Sunday at noon that was kind of must watch if you're into custom hats, and the host decided to call it quits, and so I reached out to a couple other people and I said, do you want to talk about hats with me? And they said yes. And so, in part because I've done both Jeff's show and this show, I felt like I had the basics of just talking about something, and but I've not really been the host, sat in the host seat. So set that up, and we're going to do our first show tonight. And the reason we do it on Monday is that's kind of a big day in the week for custom hat folks. There's a vote that happens on Monday. So at the end of Monday, you get to see what voted well and what's going to go in the shop on Friday. So we're going to try it. It's an inaugural show. If you're interested, on YouTube, it's called Custom Cap Collectors, CCC, Custom Cap Collectors. Or if you just type in Falconer 18, that'll take you to my personal account, and you can tune in and see if it's a train wreck or if it goes okay. So we actually did a rehearsal show, and then on Saturday, Jeff was kind enough to hop on the Restream platform, which is, and this show, folks, you wouldn't know this, but we use StreamYard to push it to YouTube. And on Jeff's show, the Canadian Brick Builders, he switched to Restream, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. Maybe a couple months
ago. Yeah.
Was it really that long?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been a while.
And it's slightly cheaper. And I have no idea. Maybe 5 people will watch tonight, maybe 20. I don't know what it's going to be. So I'm not going to invest a ton of money in the Restreaming platform. So I went with Restream, which I'm used to from Jeff's show, and it's a little bit cheaper than StreamYard. So we're going to give it a try. And, we'll try it for a couple weeks, and, if people watch, we might keep doing it. And if people don't watch, we might not. So we'll see how it goes, but it's going to be fun, I think. I like talking about hats. And so just we started doing this in COVID because we were already Zooming and chatting, and Chris was like, some people would watch this. And I was like, really? It's just like a bunch of us sitting around talking about Lego, and he's like, "No, I bet some people would watch us." And so we're going to try this with the hats and see where it goes. And I'm excited about it. So we'll see.
Awesome, dude.
And in Lego,
if Wayne and Garth could be two monkeys on a Davenport doing, public access television in Illinois, yeah, people will tune in. People will tune in.
Get your hat.
It's a much smaller niche. I was chatting with somebody, and they were like, "Oh, well, you want to get monetized?" And I said, "I don't think I'm ever going to get 1,000, subscribers." And this person was like, "Well, you never know." They had done a true crime show that got over 1,000, and I said, "Well, if it does, that would be nice, but I am not planning on that. I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. I have a day job that pays for the mortgage. If this ever makes money, that's gravy, but I don't expect it to be profitable. I just like talking to my friends about Lego and hats, and so it's one of those things. I think I've mentioned this before. I hear from lots of people, and I read that once you get past the age of like 35 and 40, it's hard to make friends. That a lot of people report this, and my comment is, join a Lego community, or join some kind of community, because I would say in both Lego and hats, I've made a ton of new friends in my 40s and 50s, and maybe it's just those two communities are that way. I don't know, but
it's interesting that you say that, because I've been branching off into the Gunpla community here locally, and I think it's just it's whatever niche you can find. If there's a niche of collectors or interests and hobbyists that you can communicate with on a regular basis, that's easily where you're finding new friends. Because I've made a couple new friends. They're not you guys, but I do have a new community of people that I've been interacting with. So it's you just got to find that hobby that you enjoy and interact with them.
And circling back to Lego, I have nearly cleared off my table here of putting away that which shall not be named, the collection of parts that need to be put away once they arrive at your house. And
you went to the Lego factory store too?
I referred to it yesterday as my big brown box that I went through. So
big brown box. The one thing about our particular local organization is that in years past we ordered some large volume entities, and this year we ordered a lot of small volume things. And putting this year's large brown box away was much easier than in some other years. There was less, oh crap, where is this going to be arranged, and how is this going to fit in with all the other things that I have? And so it's gone pretty quickly. And then there's also some cool parts at our local Lego store had some new stuff. And so if you haven't checked out your wall, if you are close to a local Lego retail store, they are getting new stuff in here in Atlanta. Both stores had some new parts in the last months, and so some nice little pieces to fold into the collection.
We don't have those in South Carolina in this part. Thank you very much. Anyway,
sorry.
Well, this gives you a reason to come pick up your brown box from my living room. You come on over, and we can go over to that Lego store.
I don't know what you mean by that, but anyway. So, by the way, you talking about hats? There's a hat maker guy right there. You need to talk to Stever and get him in your hat show. And there's a hat maker right there, right?
Yeah. So most of the Stever makes some hats. These are more like custom artwork kind of stuff. But Stever, he and I have talked about. I bought the Lego goat emblem that was available at one of the conventions, and someday I want to get that put on a hat. I think it's great. And
cool. All right, good deal. All right, so if you disappear, everybody, he's still alive. He's just going to talk about hats. So.
Oh, but by the way, Matthew, or should I say Mapthew, now that you have your own streaming platform, you could start Maps with Matt.
That's tempting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do your dream project, That is the dream project.
That's how I could get over 1,000 subscribers, because everybody knows
easily.
maps are just killer content.
Seriously, man. Seriously, you got your
There-
niche right there.
If you want an entertaining British map related, there is a show called Map Men, and it's these two Brits that sit there and they have like banter and they talk about like weird, hard to pronounce towns in England and very obscure things. I find it hilarious, but Map Men, check it out if you want some like, British witticisms and map content. It's for you. So
I was impressed that you came back after I sent you that one link that said maps that you may not have ever seen, and you were actually like, you were surprised that there were a few on there that you hadn't seen, and I felt pretty good about that. I want to say.
Yeah, most of the time when people send me those, I'm like, seen it. Oh, here's one I haven't seen. Seen it. There were like 5 that I hadn't seen, so that was unusual in its new content percentage there. So.
Speaking of things you can't pronounce properly, in Germany, the exits.
Ausfahrt.
Just saying.
By the way, speaking of British TV, my older brother, he watches a bunch of stuff on YouTube. He found a show with basically my doppelganger, and he was like, what do they call them? Longboats that go, the canal boats that in England that go, and it's a big hobby that you have the long little boats that you go everywhere in the canals and everything. So he showed it to me, and I'm like, yeah, he looks like me. So he sent it to my dad, and Dad pulls it up on YouTube and calls my brother back and go, what the hell is that boy into now? So he thought it was me.
Awesome.
Actually, he spit first, his chewing tobacco, and then said, what does that boy do now? Anyway, so.
Oh, I did want to ask, because we are all part of Hosers Anonymous. I got to say that my Instagram algorithm has been giving me some gems that I have been.
Yeah, what the crap with that Twinkie thing, man? I'm like, what did you do?
I am so glad to pass them on to you guys. It's not stuff that I would normally share on my timeline or in my story, but passing it on to you guys, it's
nice.
Oh, by the way,
I think I witnessed a crime. I think that's what I just witnessed.
I think there was consent. I'd like to put a petition, though, since we're all here. Should we not add Mr. Polda to Hosers Anonymous? Can we do that?
Sure.
I mean, he's family, right?
He might not want to if he sees that.
I'm sending those things to him individually, separately, so this way I could.
Oh, you're just trying to save time.
Yes, yeah, I want to save time.
Nice.
Oh goodness! All right, let's go and drop in on Mr. Sandlin. Hello.
Hey, done a little bit of Lego this weekend. We have our upcoming lug challenge, which is to build the little habitats. So we were supposed to use CMF and build a habitat for them. So I've made Jacques with his baguette pack flying above Paris. There's the little Eiffel Tower, and
Nice. That's great.
It's excellent. That is excellent.
And then Colleen built one for the spooky girl, which is just kind of a spooky room for the spooky girl.
And she used eyeballs.
Yeah, lots of eyeballs.
Should she inherit the bag of eyeballs just as a welcome?
Oh, I can make that happen.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done lately. I didn't really buy much on the Amazon sales. I did buy the Der Burger set is like 40% off right now. So I got a couple of those, but that's about it.
Nice. All right. Good to
Which
go.
set was that?
The Der Burger, the Fortnite Der Burger.
Oh. Yeah. Gotcha.
You should make a Der Burger mech. That would be pretty fun.
Oh, I should have probably grabbed that Fortnite character pack with the skeleton thing. That's a pretty decent looking set too.
Yeah, it's actually really nice for price per part, which is weird because it's full of minifigs. I don't understand. I just understand.
Go figure.
Yeah. All right, Dana, what's up?
All right, so I went through my Big Brown Box yesterday. Not to be confused with the Big Brown Beaver if you're a Primus fan.
But dude, come on.
When I went to go pick up my Big Brown Box from Matthew, I did pop into the Lego store at Perimeter because I had seen that they had the little zombie girl head,
nice.
which is the smaller head, which I hadn't seen this size before. So I was like, ooh, I got to pop in there and grab that. And then I went ahead and did a box that originally was closed and sealed with 3 stickers.
Sure, it was.
No, it was. Because actually, when I took it to my wife to show her what was in here, because I wanted to explain it to her, she's like, that all didn't fit in there. I'm like, oh no, I've separated them into bags, but it all fit in here and closed when I was at the store. I think let me see here. I've got it in my notes from yesterday. So I took everything and sorted it and then counted it up. And then I went on Pick a Brick for the pieces that I could find. A couple of them I had to guesstimate, but I kind of had a rough idea from some other parts because not all of them were on bestsellers to be able to guess from. But the retail value for this box of parts, if I was to get this from Lego, was $195.
Jeez.
Yeah. Now, granted, half of that or a little under half of that is just this bag itself. This bag here would have been $88.65 if I was to try and buy these pieces on Pick a Brick.
What are they?
Yeah. And they have, I mean, I grabbed, this is like, there's almost 600 of them here.
Yeah, it's this little stem piece, right?
It's the little teeny stem pieces
Top.
that, these.
The one? Oh, the 3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, these little jobbies right here. They go for
how much are they on online?
They're 15 cents a piece.
Oh, jeez.
On Shop at Home. 15 cents a piece. So therefore, when my wife jokes and she's like, "That's a little more than a dime bag," and I said, "That is a little more than a dime bag." But what I also did get in here, I'll go through these. I grabbed some of the 2x2 half barrels in light gray, which I think would be kind of fun, little greebly if you use the reverse side. I think it'd be kind of cool. Got some 1x1 round clips, or round plate with a bar in dark gray. Go through those in water, like water with the light grays. Speaking of light gray, they had D-Snot light gray on the wall. I probably actually should have grabbed more of those. 1x3 round black plates.
Nice.
I've actually been using a lot of the 1x2s, so I have a feeling I'll probably wind up using a lot more of these 1x3s as well. And randomly, because I keep running out of 1x4 black plates, that was actually the real main reason I was going to the wall, because I knew they had these on there, and everything else was like, oh, well, I'm here. Get some more pieces. But ironically, that's been it for like 3 weeks, maybe a month.
Right.
I built, other than building the little hedgehog I did, and then the trophy for Friendship Timber, that was it for September. I have been really non-Legoed lately.
I feel like, I have too. I did build this van fun, and it's fun, but I've got interior detail done. I don't want to. I'm just not in the. I don't know if I don't have the pressure to do it. Like I don't have a show coming up for months or.
Well, the funny thing is that I have a project that I want to finish by February, and I'm not in any hurry. That's the only thing I want to try and finish for February, and I'm like, eh.
Sorry, to add to Dana's list of stuff that's on the wall. Hopefully this comes through, but the 2 curved black pieces.
Yep.
Wait. Let me zoom in, Beauty. Hold on.
Sure.
I don't think those were on my wall.
Wow. They are now there because it's part of the make and take. It's like a little spider.
Ooh.
Those are his legs.
Yeah.
The sand green. Sorry, I just have to bring the picture back to life. The sand green corner brick.
I think we've had those before, haven't we?
Probably, but the dark gray shields I also had seen. I hadn't seen those.
Yeah.
I hadn't been to a store for a while, but like those I picked up in Germany. But because I thought, oh, these are different than anything I've seen in North America, but it turns out that it's part of the stock that they were just bringing out. It just hit the Germany store quicker.
And I think our Sugarloaf store has the shields in dark gray, but Perimeter did not. So I need to make a trip over to Matthew's house and steal stuff while he's on vacation.
So how much now out of the way is the new store versus the old store for you?
For me, it's kind of funny because I used to be able to get to, I mean, the distance between my house and North Point and Sugarloaf was about the same distance, but I could always get to the North Point store in like 15 minutes, where it would take me 25 minutes to get to Sugarloaf. But now with Perimeter, I can get to Perimeter in like 25 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And the main reason is that once I get to the MARTA station, there's an off ramp for MARTA, and it's the same ramp you need to take to get onto Abernathy to get to the Perimeter Mall. And I think probably like the most aggravating part of it is being on Abernathy, because it's like not even a mile, and you go through like 6 stoplights.
Yeah, right.
You know, so that's the most painful part, and the parking is horrible in comparison at Perimeter versus North Point, and that's just because the mall they get a lot of foot traffic. I mean, it's a busy mall. I was surprised that for opening weekend for the Lego store, they had tons of foot traffic. I mean, just lots, and it's a smaller mall compared to North Point, but they had tons of traffic, tons of foot traffic all over the place. So it was a smart move for Lego to move them down there, I would say.
Yeah. And it's probably people coming through Atlanta on the perimeter, like, oh, there's a Lego store right there, and they can.
Yeah, and you can get to it with MARTA. So, you know, if like you're in the city and you're like, oh, we'll just pop on MARTA and pop up and hit the Lego store, and we can pop back down. Mass transit, go figure.
Not that big yellow bag's gonna like get you mugged or anything, but well,
there's enough geek traffic in Atlanta where people.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta. I mean, that's one of the nice things is that Atlanta is a very geeky friendly city, and I think we have to thank Dragon Con, MomoCon, and all the other ancillary. Very very geeky friendly. City, so we got that going for us.
Is there a Star Trek convention called Con?
That would be awesome.
It would be.
I have no idea.
Okay.
And you get a shirt with a printed chest on it. You know that
would be very con-esque. I think
that would be cool.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so bit of Lego news we will talk about. Let me share the screen. Have y'all seen the new Batman sets and the Batmobiles coming out?
I saw the gold one.
The gold ones are in the video game. They're the video game exclusive ones.
Yeah. So they released 3 new Batmobiles and the Bat Signal, which is pretty cool. This is the Batman versus Superman Batmobile with Batman and no Superman, but we won't talk about that.
But we get a Ben Affleck Batman, so that's cool.
Yeah, you get the which is not a super new figure. It's a new version of that figure. I think a better one than the original set did. 220 pieces though for $30.
It's not bad.
And also, it looks bad.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's not a good representation of that model. It looks kind of clunky and sort of. It's not as sleek as the original design. You know, that windshield there is not the right angle, and it's just kind of, I don't know,
kind of flappy. Yeah.
There's a mom joke there, but I'm not going.
But anyway, so there's the Affleck Batman, and then so the Batman logo. Have y'all? I don't know if y'all looked at this. It comes with the golden Batman in it.
It's interesting. It's
Oh,
green.
we do have shots here. We
nice.
Homeboy looking up Batman's dress to see what gender. I don't know what that is. I don't know what he's doing. Or
he looks like he was recorded from the
90s. But the Bat Signal looks pretty cool. I didn't like the greebling until I looked at it, and there's tons of, I don't know if they'll be a good shot of it. There's tons of Batman. All of this is like you got Batman's grappler gun, you got Catwoman's whip on it, you got the door from 1989 Batman where he stored the suit where the golden guy goes, the golden suit goes or whatever.
There's Joker's gun with the flag hanging down right kind of in the middle on the left or on the right. I mean, sorry.
Riddler's hat. Yeah. So there's tons of Batman stuff all over it, which made it. I'm like, okay, that is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. So, but it's 678 pieces, and most of those are cheap little Greeblies, non-Lego plastic, or the lighter flexi plastic on there for $80. Is this worth $80?
Yeah.
And it's not compatible with the box with the Batman cutout, the Batman logo cutout in it. The set that came out with a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
someone had asked that, and they said no.
Yeah, that would be cool. Mm-hmm. Apparently, this person has an old beatbox. By the way, there. So anyway.
Well, his clothing was straight out of the '90s, so
yeah.
I mean, I probably sold that to somebody in structure when I used to work there.
Did you work in structure?
I absolutely did. I came home from college. I was working in an office. I needed clothes, so I needed a discount. So I worked in structure.
Nice. All right. So, yay or nay on the Batman logo? Would this be something you'd want on your shelf?
Nay.
I think my kid would like it, but not so much for me.
Yeah, nay.
Okay. But it does come with the golden Batman, though.
That's kind of not necessary, but okay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I might, if I was a Batman collector, I would probably be all over it.
Right. Yeah, maybe so. So this is what's interesting, especially for Mark and I, that it's 20 years of Lego Batman. And the fact that Mark and I got to see, we were invited to go see the Batman sets in Enfield before they were released, to review them, to look at them or whatever, which was kind of cool. We got invited on that. It was a great trip. We got to go visit the Lego store in Enfield, where they had a big peg-a-brick kind of thing, and it was just dump sets that you could just scramble through and everything. So, do you remember all that, Mark?
Yeah, that was. It was kind of a weird trip because it was like they had us come and look at the sets, and we told them what we thought about them, and then nothing ever really came of it or something. It was just sort
of
weird.
very par for Lego.
Yeah,
they were in production. They were done. So
yeah, it was kind of like, well, thanks for the trip, I guess, because I mean, we did get some pretty good stuff from the company store there, though. We got some pretty good discounted stuff, so that was fun. We got to go somewhere, and
Steve has a couple of funny comments in the chat for the record.
Michael Bay. Oh, that's hilarious. So we got to see those. This was almost Lego trying to figure out in 2000 or 20 years ago, 2006, how to figure out how something could be quote unquote influencers or website people who ran blogs or bulletin boards or whatever sites could promote the product through all this kind of stuff. In fact, we tried to create a Gotham City standard of the interlocking little city fronts that really resemble a lot of what Lego puts out now. It was just hard to get that out and published and get people to do it. So we attempted to help them with that, but they really didn't know what they were doing either. So it just kind of fell flat. So, but I mean, obviously the sets have sold well. So let's see what else we have here. We got this one. All right, so we got the Batman Batmobile. This one looks stubby to me. What do you guys think?
All of them look not right to me, but
yeah.
Something about this one doesn't bother me as much because I don't know, it's sort of chunky looking, which something about it I'm okay with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't really see it in the movie that in that much detail anyhow, right? So I think that's could be part of it too.
I think also I think the deal with these is they appear directly in the video game, so I'm sure they had to take that in consideration with the design. And
they were probably designed by the video game people, and then
that's true.
Or I don't know, who knows? It could be vice versa. They might have ported them straight into the game,
right? But also in the game, they probably don't need to be gigantor like and everything, so they had to be a little more minifig friendly there. But this one, yeah, it's pretty cool. The Patterson Batman, I'm fine with. I would be fine. This, oh gosh, here we go. All right, this one's bad.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about the original movie, right? Not the Batmobile. Wow, that's horrible. But anyway.
Yeah, no, that's just a horrible representation.
Well, that was a horrible Batmobile to begin with.
Yeah, but this is even worse.
I didn't know Batman drove a convertible, other than the original Batmobile.
Right.
He did in that movie, and it was bad. This Batman is bad. You know what? I love Batman having bat signals on his knees. That's fine.
I like the helmet though.
Yeah, the helmet's cool.
They didn't get the bat nipples on there.
I know. Maybe Lego doesn't do nipples. I don't know.
I don't know. It's the Batman and the Batmobile from the movie that killed the Batman franchise for like a good decade or plus.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
And just like the feature of the Batman versus Superman, the Batman and Robin Batmobile has no Robin in it. So, but anyway, that one's horrible.
Go figure.
Would that have made it any better though?
So now is that the George Clooney version?
Yes, this is George Clooney.
I was gonna say I think that's George Clooney. Yeah. Okay.
Now, when you get these, you get the new video game that's coming out and everything. You get a code to get the gold variant of these because the Dark Knight needs to be shiny. I guess.
2 out of 3 of those Batmobiles makes me not want to play that video game. So
Sorry.
Yeah.
So
All that details.
My 19 soon to be 19-year-old is so excited that video game's coming out. Just saying.
Is it because you get to play through all the movies or something, or
for him it's that he has played all the games numerous times on every console he's owned. Like he got a Xbox Series X last year, and he's basically bought and paid for and played every single Lego game over again, and he just loves the Lego game. The way it works, right?
I do gotta say, I am a fan of the when TT had the license. I enjoyed all the Star Wars ones, and I think I played 1 or 2 of the Batman ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were always fun. I always enjoyed them.
The Marvel Superheroes 2 was a lot of fun. Paul and I spent a lot of time playing that one because they had the New York City that you could free roam in, and the 2 of us would run around and be superheroes and throw cars at each other and crazy stuff, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Lego City Undercover for me, it's the only game I've actually completed, like of console game type stuff, and absolutely love that one. So
I mean I remember the originals trying to play them on I can't remember what system I had, but I was always very talented at not being able to run at a slight angle of the pathway, and my Lego minifigure falling off all the time, and I'm like, I'm just done. If I want to go to the left side of the screen, I don't need to try to figure which angle that is. I'm just going left. So I never played anymore. So.
Turn the camera. You just got to turn the camera. That's all you got to do. You'll be fine.
It didn't have an Atari joystick.
Yeah, yeah. No new tricks for that old dog.
No new tricks.
I don't remember if I said it. Double VIP points start tomorrow.
I think you did say something about that, and then I think I got an email about my Bricklink Designer Program sets are getting ready to ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Series 6 is already done pre-order. They only had it open for a week,
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting.
But yeah, so the new mushroom should be showing up, and the Dracula's castle should be showing up.
Cool.
I did order. Speaking of Bricklink, I ordered the Art Factory set that comes out in the spring.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
That one kind of spoke to me.
Yeah.
So
That was cool. It actually is a cool looking set. I've just been so.
Yeah.
I'm getting more and more picky about what sets I'm going to buy. So I'm curious to see what happens when we hit clearances and stuff like this year. If I don't partake, or if there's just not something I want, we'll see.
Hey, wow! I just had something super exciting. I pulled up Bricklink and it didn't ask me what year I was born in. That's amazing.
Your cookies are saved finally.
Oh, jeez.
So I had something interesting that happened, I guess, a couple of weeks ago. That I think we've all talked about it a little bit. My son sends me a message and says, "This guy has stole your flow," and I'm like, "What is that?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We totally talked
We
about,
talked about that. So he links me to this. It's actually Beyond the Brick. So let me go ahead and get it. Love Beyond the Brick. No hate for anybody, and there's pretty decent closure to all this when we get done. So he sends me a Beyond the Brick short. Please go watch it. Support anyway. And so this guy at which is the show in Quebec? What is the?
It was the Summit of Bricks in English.
Some of the
Brick
okay.
Summit. Yeah.
Right. What is it in that's in Imperial? What's it in metric? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there.
So they pan through this thing, and Jake shows it to me, and I'm like, wow, that guy has kind of caught the pre-classic space, the style of spaceships that I built really well, and his interiors are like, wow, they look good. They look very inspired and everything. And so then I just stop a minute and I'm looking at this guy, trying to figure this guy out, and I look and find some more pictures of him. And I look and I'm like, wait a minute, that's my spaceship he's built. And on the side and behind, I'm like, that's my spaceship he's built. And then it pans over, and the first really big spaceship I ever built, he's got it built from pictures. He's rebuilt it, and it's sitting right there. And then this ship that they're focused on, I find some more detailed views. The front of the ship is exactly from my ship. The back of the ship, then things are exactly. And I even saw this, the minifigs that I used in the last ship, the Artemis that I built. He used them in the same legs because I used a weird combo of legs. So he copied that too. And I'm like, what is this? And then I'm like, I'm looking for any reference to go, hey, this was inspired by or whatever. And there's really none. Now, no disrespect to Joshua Hanlon. I sent him a message first and I'm like, hey, can you tell me the story here? And he goes, yeah, when we talked to him, he talked about you and that he was a big fan. I'm like, well, at least there's some acknowledgement, right? But then I see that this guy's spaceship is getting like 2 million views. And I'm like, well, crap, I ain't never got that. But, whatever. Now, this guy has refined it and all this kind of stuff. But I'm looking around at his stuff, and finally he makes a post. And so I reach out to him in a kind way, not like, hey, bub, what's going on? And I have a conversation with him over the weekend or whatever. He's been a fan of the stuff I built since he was 10. He built the Vanguard copy of mine when he was 10 years old. Okay.
You have been influencing this kid.
Poor guy, right? Yeah. So he built that. So he's been Jake pulled this one off the shelf. He built this one. This has got the canopy from the
Slave One,
the original Slave One.
Yeah.
And he built it he even put these little things in it. It's exact copy with a little extra flourish on top of it. I'm like, what the heck? It's a little creepy. And if he's in my driveway, I'm calling 911. But anyway.
Well, I'm glad that that's what's happened. And that this person has literally had to reverse engineer all of your work from pictures. Because he's never probably seen any of it in person to take his own detailed picture. So he's had to work off of online photos and reverse engineer. And you know what? If we lose you, We're just going to bring him in, and he can start building in your style.
The chat will probably be in French, though. Just
Well, it's
saying.
true, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, and I take crappy photos, so this guy's gone all the extra mile, right?
Yeah.
But so, I mean, I think it's great, but it also flips back to the fact is you've got to acknowledge your work. Now, if he's verbally acknowledging the work to people at the show, I get it. But when it hits media, you gotta acknowledge. And I don't want to. This is not poisoning my soul kind of complaining. I don't want to be that way.
No. I think this is more of a PSA. Even though most of our viewers who are watching this, who've listened to us ad nauseum, probably this is just a repeat of what we preach.
Yes, yeah. Meredith's big on that too, and no shade on Beyond the Brick, because I think when he said, "Yeah, that you're inspiring," he didn't see that there was like brick for brick copy. And improvement on. I think it's great. You just got to give the acknowledgement. And so I talked to the guy without saying, "Hey, craphead, why haven't you done this?" He was like, "Hey, it's great to meet you. I've been doing this for years and everything." And I said, "Hey, it would be really cool if you just give me a shout out in print in whatever you do." And so I think in a couple of spots he's done that and said, "Oh, like I said, great, that's fine." But don't make the guy that inspired you have to dig it out of you. So if you make a copy and take it to a convention, look, if I get up and preach a sermon and I've copied some guy and some people find out, I'm working at Walmart, right? Plagiarism is a big deal. This guy didn't plagiarize or steal. He was inspired by, he went brick for brick. He is saying so when people come through, apparently, from what he said and everything. And I'll take that, whatever. But if it starts to hit the media, you need to go, "Oh, by the way, I really appreciated the work of this guy, and this is where I got this from, and props to him," all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that in a prideful way. That goes for any of your work, anybody else's work. If you're going to do a direct port copy or you're heavily inspired by, please tell somebody, "Hey, this is where I got this from," to give that guy props, but also just to be honest with your stuff. Anyway, it all ended up good. The guy was really nice, and it was interesting having him text me in English that was not very good English coming from French. But
I mean, you got to look at it this way. His English has probably got to be a heck of a lot better than your French. So
that is sure. Although we have a great, French Quarter here, I need to learn to start speaking that stuff.
Because I have a friend of mine who lives in Germany, and he and I, when we get on, we'll every so often get on a stream. Actually, we're gonna do a stream chit chat on Friday, coming up Friday. And he's always apologizing because he's having to look up words sometimes. So I'll throw out something and he'll be like, and he'll look it up. And I'm like, and he's always apologizing for it. I'm like, dude, seriously. If we were doing this in German, we would not have gotten past hello. So do not apologize if you're looking up my obscure English colloquialism or a word that you probably don't run across very often, because you're doing 1,000 times better than I would be doing. We were doing this in German.
I saw a funny meme today, and it was animated. It was like English, and it wrote the word radio, and it said French and radio, and then it got to German, and it wrote a word like 17, 18 letters long. It was just hilarious, and so
which is very accurate.
Yeah, right. So just remember, when you're at a show and you're showing your stuff off and showing your talent off, always at least acknowledge who you are inspired by. And if you do some copy like that, the builder is probably going to be honored by it. And I think it's great, but also let somebody, know that this didn't come from you. This came from somebody else, and you are doing it in love, but give them credit because they deserve it. But also it helps you to be honest as well. So, and if I know that guy knows of the show, he linked to my channel. And one of the things, if he hears this, nothing but love to you, dude. And I'm excited, and keep on building. You did amazing stuff. He made a door in that thing where he rolled some gears and made the door slide apart.
That was
really,
beautiful.
really cool.
Yeah.
I'm stealing that, and I'll give him credit, right?
That's how it works, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing new under the sun. We influence each other, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to do direct ports and say, this is what this guy built and I built it, then you need to say who built it. And
exactly.
It's common courtesy. It's great. And anyway, it's all good in this situation for us. And it's a lot of fun. So I'm glad. I'm glad he's getting a lot of views. It's really cool. So anyway, just acknowledge your work. Footnotes are important. All right. Anything else you guys got?
I feel older than I did at the beginning of this show. Not that the show went long or anything. I just feel older in the hour that we've had.
Because we're like, hey, maybe young whippersnappers is copying us, and all that kind of stuff. So,
well, but you know what though, I say this all the time, and because I will have people who will send me things or messages or this or that, or whether it's monochrome or critters or space or something like that. And anytime somebody sends me something and they tag me on something, it makes my day because they felt inspired to build something because they saw something I built. And to me, I think that is the biggest compliment you can get from a builder. So.
It is a super good compliment. And, just as long as they are acknowledging, hey, you inspired me and we appreciate it and I'm building it, then, super great.
Exactly.
For old people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So hopefully maybe next week, if we have a show next week, because we're old and who knows what life's going to do, the Geritol will kick in and we just say, I gotta go. Anyway, but hopefully by then you guys will meet Benny, my new dog. Benny's a great pup, and he's just now decompressing from being in the shelter. So he's a 3 to 5 month old rescue that we brought home and everything. So he's a great dog, super chill. So I say that now, he'll probably be a piranha raptor by next week after he gets chill out. So anyway, so y'all get to meet him. Maybe we'll have everybody bring their pets. But Jeff doesn't have he's got that. That's his.
He's got a Z-Blob.
I got a Z-Blob, yeah.
All right, everybody, have a great night. In all things, be awesome, build awesome, be kind to your neighbor, and treat others the way you want to be treated. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, loud noise.